Hi everybody, my name is Salma Hindy. I have been in quarantine for 2 weeks now, but let's be real, I am a woman living in a Muslim household, so I've been in quarantine my whole life. So welcome to the club, everybody. I wore makeup today for the first time. I haven't worn makeup in so long that I'm like, do I even have features? Like, I felt like my features were like washing into the background. Like, you know when you press exposure on a photo, but just like, it's a little too much? Like, that's what I felt was happening to my face. So I just needed to remind everybody and myself that I had some cheekbones. I've been noticing a lot of trends lately. For example, people are starting to use bidets. They're washing their hands 5 times a day. They're replacing handshakes with head nods, covering their faces in public. Some banks are beginning to remove interest rates. Welcome to Islam, everybody. COVID-19 is here to guide you to the straight path of Allah and His messenger, peace be upon him. You call it coronavirus, I call it Sharia law. It's the same thing. It's not even creeping Sharia. It's just here. Sharia has kicked down the doors and thrown its values at everybody. For example, do you wash your butt? Now you do. Honestly, every single time one of my friends is like interested in dating a white guy, I'm like, okay, but does he wash his butt though? No? Well then is his freedom even really that appealing? I'd rather be controlled, but at least Ahmed's clean. And honestly, it's been like one of the biggest culture shocks to me, like, even though I'm born here, but I'm still cultured and I'm still shocked, is the fact that like nobody uses bidets. Like in the Middle East, you can go to a remote village, okay, and they don't even have a toilet. Like they have a squat toilet, like they have a hole in the ground, okay, but you know what they do have? A bidet, okay, because it's a basic human right. Like they don't even have infrastructure, but they have bidets. And I'm not saying that we're better than white people, but I am saying that Europeans didn't know how to bathe until their slaves introduced them to it. So who's civilizing who? Also, are people working from home or are they just getting that Trudeau money? Yesterday, I spent all night practicing my awake voice for when I call into my 9:30 a.m. meeting after waking up at 9:29. Yeah, I'm here. Here. Morning. I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Here. Yeah, I just finished making breakfast. I'm here. Also, I feel like all of our social lives are like on airplane mode right now. Like, you know when you go into the airplane and you're too cheap to pay for Wi-Fi and you're just like scrolling through all your memories and just being like, wow, remember this? So that's what we're all doing. We're just like scrolling through our memories and posting it on throwbacks on Instagram. The best thing about quarantine is that there's no more FOMO. You have no more fear of missing out. And if your friends aren't hanging out without you, guess what? You can just call the police. No need to send passive-aggressive texts when you can just report them. I feel like money is becoming obsolete now because of how much the government is spending and printing. Eventually, money is not going to have any value, and we're going to have to go back to the basics. We're going to have to exchange sheep, camels, and toilet paper. That's going to be my new dowry. The other day, I dropped pizza off for my brother, and he took the boxes, and he told me, he's like, I had to wipe the boxes with Lysol wipes just as a precaution. And I was like, whoa, no need to flex like that. Like, you didn't have to show off that you have Lysol wipes when the rest of us don't. I have discovered through this quarantine that there is a class system within my family. Also, I work for a healthcare institution. I work in the research department, so I'm not a surgeon or anything, but I am a close second. And they told us that if you work for a healthcare institution, at any point in this entire pandemic, you can get redeployed to the front lines in case they need extra hands. And so I could just imagine myself like 40 years in the future bragging to my children. I'm like, yeah, I used to be a doctor. And they're like, during the Corona era? That's not impressive. Everybody had to become a doctor. So what I'm saying is I'm finally gonna make my parents proud, and it's not by being a comedian. So thank you so much, Sharia law.